Does money and status really matter to women? Dear men, for low-value women, yes. Status and money is a strong determinant if she's going to stay with you or not. But to a high-value woman, money and status only matters just as much as your relationship skills. And relationship skills are communication, negotiation skills, your self-awareness, and your emotional availability. If those aren't there, she's not going to be interested in you. A lot of men focus 100% of their time, effort, and money to build a career that is going to create wealth in order to attract women. That's true, right? But it's also very crucial that you spend time, effort, and money to build your relationship toolbox, your relationship skill toolbox. Do you have that? What's your relationship toolbox like? Follow me if you want to learn what you should fill in your relationship skill toolbox.
That's simple. Plain and simple.
Do women's delusional expectations require men to set delusional goals?
Yeah. And that's because we got delusional men around here that do delusional with these women. That don't make no sense because they emasculated and simped up. And they think that's how that's going to get the woman. Then when the woman don't cooperate, they want to beat her up. You know how these emasculated men get down, man. Come on.
Should we be blaming simps for women's bad behavior?
I told you this last interview, champ. Yes, they are poison to the planet. If you a simp, you are poison to the planet. You are poison to the woman because what you doing is you creating another Jezebel for a man to have to operate with because she gonna leave your simp ass because you emasculated. She don't want to be with no woman. She really want to be with a man. But she f***ing with you because you be doing little. But then when she went into another man that's not no simp, that's going to teach her about accountability and how to be a virtuous woman, he going to be dealing with a ticking time bomb because some simp ass nigga done spilled this poison through her blood. They like venomous snakes, man. They don't even need to have women. They need to go through a whole structural course, a non-beta male course. And that'll heal a lot of these females. I'm trying to keep it real with you, man. Tricks make the world go round. Only get that money because of simp.
Didn't women...
Men tend to become friends with women to sneak their way into relationships. Okay. So this might be something that women don't want to accept. I think they innately understand it, but they will never admit it because they need multiple men. They need friends because let's say I say, I'm going to take care of you and I don't. What are they going to go to? They need someone else to hop to. Yeah. Right. So they're going to keep multiple men around for this reason. That gives her a little bit of security and in a sense to protect themselves from you not handling your responsibility. So they have male orbiters and men that are friends and these type of things. The men, and he will continue to push. He will continue to text message her. He will be just a friend. Right. And she'll be like, oh, it's just Johnny. You don't have to worry about him. And Johnny is positioning himself to be the fall.
Never underestimate men. Men are much smarter than you think. Men are so smart that they treat you how they view you. Let's talk about it. Men don't take women to 5-star restaurants who don't look or carry themselves like a 5-star chick. Let's be realistic. A man don't give you first-class treatment when you carry yourself in a very low-class manner. Why would he? A man is not your father. Therefore, don't expect him to do things for you that your own father never did for you. First experiences usually come from your father. High-value men don't take unexposed women to high-end places. Due to your lack of exposure, he's afraid that you won't know how to behave and sees you as a risk factor. Smart men don't have intelligent conversation with unintelligent women. They know that you can't relate, so they keep the conversation relatable and childish because he knows that you are temporary. Therefore, make sure that you are a reflection of your requirements and your expectations. Again, men are very smart, and they treat you exactly how they view you. Be smart, they smart, choose wisely in that nation. And remember, I told you.
Call me whatever you want, but I've come to the realization that I'm just too big and black in America to be randomly approaching women in public. First of all, y'all don't even really want to be bothered for real. And I get that because I'm the same way. I just be minding my business. Besides, with how women talk about how much they fear for their safety around men, I ain't really trying to scare nobody. So basically at this point, if she doesn't make it painfully obvious that she wants me to talk to her, it doesn't really matter what the attraction level is. I'll respectfully keep it pushing and let God take the wheel.
Because women literally destroy the world today, and I'll explain why. radical feminism destroy the world and destroy women. Wait, let me finish. And it destroy relationship.
Yep.
Because women kind of like destroy their own for themselves, destroyed it for themselves. Because you want to be equal to a man. You want men to treat you equally, everything. And you think that everything you do, you are perfect one. What we have, a lot of women have, right? Men have more value when they get older than a woman. Okay? And if women come and treat men like a wallet and everything has to be transactional, okay, men lose interest. And today, we are suffering because high quality women like, okay, you married, but high quality women like me or other girls or other women that I know, right? They suffer because if I look good and I go with a man to dinner, immediately they think that if I look sexy and I have big boobs, immediately I'm going to go to bed, do a line of pain. You understand? The good women suffer from what the other women did because radical feminism literally destroyed the relationships today.
Women always want you when you don't want them.
Why women only want men who do not want them?
Because you just don't care. You don't want her no more. You're not trying.
These are men who are demonstrating internal strength, internal courage. And because of that, these women not only gain respect for these men, but they also become attracted to them.
When a woman plays some foolishness with you, cut you off, move on. And trust me, she will text you.
The scary reality is the less you do, the more successful you'll be with women, especially hot women.
They can't help themselves to just go after a guy who just don't want them anymore. They can't help it.
Women just don't have any respect for guys who supplicate to her, guys who fall under her beautiful woman spell. Women have no respect for these guys.
When you remove your attention, remove your time, remove your energy, now she want to be with you.
They want you when you don't.
Where are all the single Democratic men at?
Probably protesting something, or at a bar, or at their boyfriend's house, or gardening, or volunteering at the animal shelter, or sitting at Starbucks on their computer, or reading and writing in their diary.
Shut up. You are a dictator.
Oh, really? If I were a dictator, you guys would be in prison after your No Kings protest. But seriously, you liberals not see your hypocrisy. You guys literally spent the entire summer having No Kings protest in multiple cities. Then you were crying for the release of an actual self-proclaimed dictator that the people of Venezuela are happy to be rid of. Then you protest the Somali fraud in Minnesota. And then, again, several liberal women shave their balls to protest ICE in their city. How do you survive daily? Like, is there a thought process in your head? Because nothing you guys do or say makes no sense.
Okay, I'm not doing this podcast.
Get offended by everything. What's next?
Men are no longer obsessed with women anymore. Do y'all feel that way?
100%.
Why do you think that is?
The reason they not obsessed is because, I hate to say it again, and I hate to seem like I'm being judgmental to women when I'm a woman myself, but I feel like social media and there's no mystery. I feel like a lot of things that we as women as a whole that we say that maybe sometimes is just something that we're just putting on social media. It was just a joke. I feel like guys really be turned off by those things. Like they really judging you by the things you put up.
The boy quotes, right? Like
yeah, like I feel like they're really judging you like by those things.
They watch from afar.
And also like just feeling like it's this pressure of feeling like they gotta take care of you. I wouldn't want to be obsessed with nobody if I feel like as soon as I walk to them, they're gonna be like, my light bill is due.
I like the point that she said about the mystery, because a lot of modern women say, if I know everything about him from the first date, then he's boring. But then they turn around and put their body and their business out there for everybody to consume. Where's the exclusivity?
Women are never satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied. They never will be satisfied. So this is the things you need to hear as a man. This whole world is forced to your evolution. Even the woman, no matter what comes out of her mouth, oh baby, you need to take a break and come home. Listen, the moment you stop working, the moment you stop being you and maintaining yourself and maintaining your dignity and your money and your wealth and all the things that make you attractive to her, she is gone, bruh. You can buy her all the things you want to buy her. Clothes, shoes, hats. If you did that in the past, that is not going to be the things that's counted for today. Women need to be maintained and they are very expensive. I don't understand why people want to be in a relationship so bad. is expensive, and the more attractive the female is, that woman is gonna cost your ass an arm, a leg, a heart, a body, a head. That woman is gonna cost you everything. Why are you so desperate to be in a relationship? Obviously, you just don't know the true cost of a woman. Like,
women can tell you everything that they want in a man, but they don't even know what a man is and what he really entails. And to be honest, a lot of women don't even know what being a woman is and what being a woman entails. If you ask a woman about being a woman, she will tell you how she dressed. She would tell you how she sways her hips. She would tell you adult skills like cooking and cleaning. They be on TikTok talking about, I don't need no man. I could do bad all by myself. There are a lot of women who are singing that tune out of bitterness. They're bitter. They're mad because the man that they want to choose is repeatedly showing them that he is not choosing them. They're mad that the people that they go after are not inherently attracted to them. So they become bitter, telling other women, oh, you know, I don't need no man, and y'all don't either. Because what they're low-key saying is, you don't need the man because you might have the opportunity to get with the man who didn't want me, and I don't want you to be happy because I'm miserable and I need company.
Women are bothered by the fact that as you age, your value is declining, so you have to create a psychological superstructure that makes guys feel guilty about wanting younger women. So when you end up 30 years old like her with 2 divorces, you still want to be accessible and appealing to guys like me. Once you get past that 30, you start creeping into something called menopause. Because when menopause shows up, all of a sudden you're in the room, you're like, it's really hot in here. Everybody else in the room like, what the f***? It's cold as he's like, you know what? I think I want to have another kid. You're like, I can't do that. Menopause. So you're having all of these things that are causing you to rapidly decline. And not only that, the way you behave and relate to him is also changing. So you're rapidly declining in value. And for that very reason, you should try your best to lock in a guy. Marriage is primarily for the female. And the reason you're subconsciously angry that guys want younger women is because you know you won't be young forever. And you want to have a hot girl summer, not realizing that is really limited. You better lock in a guy before you turn 24, because after that, low key, people ain't checking for you. It's a wrap.
The differences of dating when
Unfortunately, our dreams don't have to be based in reality. Viewer discretion is advised.
I am a single mom now compared to when I wasn't a single mom is the standards of things I'm looking for. And also what I bring to the table is completely different now. The quality of a man that I'm looking for now as a single mom is not like, I'm not looking for a stepdad right now, but like eventually it could be something like that. And that has to be a high quality man that's going to be around my sons.
I would never understand why y'all insist on living your life in reverse. I know it's evil to live backwards, because why didn't you have this high standard when you had no children? What was prohibiting you from having this standard? And then you also said that you're not looking for a stepfather, but eventually it would have to turn into that, and he would have to be a certain kind of man for your sons. Translation, that is exactly what you are looking for. You said sons with an S, making it plural, meaning more than one. So now a man is supposed to walk in, that's supposed to be a high caliber man, and deal with you and 2 or more children. And we all know you will never raise your sons to go out into the world and find a woman that was in your position. Who the is doing the math here? Like, there's no way y'all actually believe in this.
Who my sons are going to learn how to be a man from, high quality, it has to be. You have to also love me so out that my sons will learn from that high quality man. I'm looking for somebody who has their together, maybe not fully figured out, you know, always trying to get better, but have your together.
Now you're looking for a man that your sons can learn from. You're also looking for a man that has his together. You know, life is like climbing a mountain, right? You could climb a mountain with just you, right? Or you could climb a mountain with 50 pounds for each baby you have on your back. What do you think is easier to do? And I refuse to accept that y'all don't know this. I refuse to accept it because there are so many examples. Y'all just pick and choose the shit y'all want to hold on to. Y'all think y'all gonna be able to live your lives however y'all want to live it, and it comes with no consequence, and the world is gonna owe you understanding, patience, and compassion.
Before I was like, oh, we could grow together, because I was like, you know, I'm growing, you growing, we could grow together. No, now you gotta show me something, because I know how to hold down a household. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I need from me and my kids.
Yeah, you know, I could say more, but I know if I did, it would fall on deaf ears. There's literally no point in saying any more to this kind of situation. God himself could have came down and said, hey, yeah, you ruined your chances of getting a man like that because of decisions you made in your past, and they still wouldn't believe it. So you know what? Fortunately for her, she ain't got to listen to that I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
I feel like low-key modern day dating is literally just free sex work. I think that a lot of men can't afford or don't want to pay for sex work. So instead they resort to going on these dating apps looking for sex. And they'll convince you that they want a relationship. They ask you where you're from and ask all these details about you to see if you were loved as a child or not, or what your experiences with relationships are. And then they'll use that and see, wow, this is a really weak person. Here's how I can take advantage of this person and use them for my gain. I swear, like, these men will literally lie to you, tell you everything that you want to hear, tell you how much you're so special, how much this is that. They're literally BS just to get in your pants. And then you just end up leaving with more abandonment wounds.
Look up Alison Armstrong. She's the one that has been studying men since 1995. And one of the things she was talking about is how different the woman's brain is from the men's brain. And one of the reasons us women will get really frustrated with our husbands or our partners is because we assume they should be thinking like us. We are so hyper aware of everything that's going on around us at all times. And men get very fixated on one thing. And she said she actually learned this from her late husband. She was asking him, so when you are working on a project and you finish that project, is that when you feel peace, when you've completed the project? And he said, hun, the project, the focus is the peace. So whenever we interrupt our husband when they're in the middle of doing something, tinkering or playing a video game or whatever, and you get that sort of like, what? Was that a garbage truck behind me? Oh, it is. That's because we have broken their peace. And women, we get peace from other ways, from different things, but their focus is their peace. Their focus is their peace. I just thought that was so interesting. So I am trying to implement that in my own relationship and be very hyper aware of when my husband is in the middle of something. Instead of me chirping in his ear every 15 minutes, to let him go, to let him do his thing. That is almost like his meditation. His focus is his peace.
4 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Pay attention. Let's get into it, ladies. Men, correct me if I'm wrong. Taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in them. The value in how they treat you. Not communicating well or effectively. Like expecting men to read our minds and getting mad when they can't. Being dismissive about how you make him feel, or being overly defensive in response to how he feels. Basically, not liking being held accountable for your actions and how you've made that man feel. Last but not least, being selfish and unwilling to compromise.
What do you feel about that hitting the wall phrase?
I think it's an accurate depiction of a natural phenomenon. I think that women do reach a certain point in their life where their value, when I say value, I mean value in the eyes of men specifically, does decrease when they reach a certain age. In terms of fertility, obviously you're older, you're not as attractive, but also like you've had more life experience, and I think the majority of men want a woman that hasn't had a lot of life experience because they want to build that life with you.
Hey, bruh, this is how you get a woman to come down to earth when you're dating her. A lot of times, and it's justifiable, women want to know how much you make because, you know, it's for their financial security for the long term, especially if you plan to have children. And so during the dating stage, they're trying to find out how much money you make, how much assets you have, like, you know, investment portfolio, real estate portfolio, savings account, 401k, and all that stuff. That's fine. That's fair. So when you're getting serious with a girl and you are going to enter into a long-term relationship, and she wants to know that, be open. Says like, look, I'm okay with that. Our next date, I'm going to provide you with my personal financial statement, all my investment portfolio, my real estate investments, so on and so forth. And if you want, I can also bring you the last 3 years of my tax return. But I need a favor from you. For our next date, I need you to print out your credit report. That will humble her because it's going to show $200,000 worth of student loan debt, 1 eviction, and behind on car payment.
And so you had the clip where the woman was talking about dating nowadays, or modern dating is free S work. And she went on to detail basically saying that men will go on dates and they'll ask you questions talking about, I want to be in a relationship. And it's basically all a ploy. They're asking you those questions, vetting you basically in order to see if you're a weak person and if they can get into your pants. I guess that's one theory. Another theory would be, you're right, it is S work, because you're sitting up here asking a man, can you pay for my bills? Can you do this? Can you pay that? Can you take me here? In exchange for, I mean, honestly, truly, these modern women are going overseas. They're hopping on flights and things of that nature. And they're getting themselves involved in things that they probably shouldn't be involved in. So if you're talking about it from that perspective, then I'm right there with you.
One of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps, and he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days, and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me, and I'm starting to hate women. He's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. What level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
That's what these men have been trying to tell you. Even the 2s and 3s think that they deserve somebody like Brad Pitt, and they've done nothing. They have done nothing. They're not planning on doing anything to get this. They just say, oh, well, it's me that I bring to the table. Foolishness.
So I'm getting my nails done, and the guy called me and he asked me what I'm doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not regret to inform you that the shift is happening. Logic is being restored in today's society. Few discretions advised.
And I said, I'm getting my nails done. He didn't offer to send no money. He just said, okay, well, call me back when you finish. I said, okay. So in today's society, I'm supposed to stop talking to him because he didn't offer to send me any money, right? Why do y'all do that? Why is it that it's a man's responsibility to keep up with your upkeep? You was already going to get your nails done anyway. Why do he have to now get it done just because he happened to call you at the time where you were getting the service done? It makes no sense to me. And I really want y'all to make it make sense to me, because why is that, ladies? Like, why? What is this? Like, is this another woman's rule? I don't.
It's because they broke. That's the reason. That's the only reason. It's because they are broke. Not having enough money for anything can make you do or say some wild. But what I will say is I am glad that the women are starting to wake up. And they're starting to realize all these wild takes that women have been trying to push these past 5 years or so really make no sense. He just so happened to hit you up while you were getting your nails done, and you expect him to automatically offer money. If he don't, you need to stop talking to him. That's the logic. That's like me saying I'm about to go get something to eat, right? And a girl hit me up and asked me what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to go pick up some Chipotle. And in that moment, if she don't offer to make me a meal from scratch, I got to stop talking to her. That doesn't make any sense. And not only does it not make sense, it's not even effective. It has not been proven to work. I'm going to say it like I've said it before. Fellas, a woman's upkeep is not your responsibility, especially if you guys are not even dating. If you just so happen to hit her up and she getting her hair done, she getting her nails done, let her get it done. It's on her. And no, that does not now mean that you can't do something nice for a woman that you're rocking with. But that should not be the make or break for her to say he's worth talking to or he's not worth talking to. There's a difference between doing something nice because you just want to versus I have to do this or else. But you know what? Knowing a lot of y'all ain't gonna listen to nothing I'm saying. I'm just a normal guy. I keep the change.
Step on the scale. I get ton of comments from women, ton of DMs from women telling me I'm a bad guy for what I do. No, you know who's the bad guy in the story? It's you. It's you for judging guys that check every box on your list besides the height requirement, and you freaking reject them. You know what's unfair? When we judge based on weight and women over here get offended. Like, we're judging you based on something you could change, go to the gym, get healthy. We can't. Just because they're short people doesn't mean they're unhealthy. They check every box for you best husband material guys, and you reject them based on their height. That's unfair. You guys are the villain. You guys are the bad guys. We're not the bad guys.
If you ever feel confident, just come to Croatia, because they'll humble you real quick. Tell them your compliment. I told a guy I was 26. He went, boom. He didn't believe her for a second. He thought I was her child. You know what I got told? I got told that I have a big nose.
Dang.
And he said, don't get a nose job. And he told me, don't get a nose job. And then his friend told me that it's a compliment because they're into girls with big noses. I'm literally so violently humbled. Like, I've never felt uglier in my life. And I'm for sure getting a nose job by the end of this year. I can't get younger.
Well, at least they took it as a joke. Listen, you are what you are. I think the men were paying him a compliment.
You guys wouldn't do this, but like hypothetically, how many guys do you think you could get with in a day if you wanted to?
Millions. Infinity. Yeah. Infinity. If I wanted every single one of these guys, I could have them.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Anybody.
So if a guy came over here, you asked him, you think he would say yes?
Yes. There's no doubt. 100%.
No doubt?
No doubt.
Y'all down to test it?
Yeah, why not?
Things just got a little more interesting.
They were saying, would you hook up with any two of them if you weren't married?
If I wasn't married?
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's my dog.
That's my dog.
Damn, why not?
Because I'm going to marry her in the future.
Boring.
Okay, how about you? Would you sleep with us?
I personally no, I wouldn't.
Why?
Not really my type.
I'm just being honest.
Yo, my man, real quick, you have a girlfriend?
I'm single.
All right. They ran. They ran.
Why are you running? Why are you?
Women would take over the world in 1 second if we said no more till you give us power, but that will never happen because it will require all women to come together and have each other's backs in a system that's designed to tear us apart.
Who said that?
It's not gonna work. You know it. It's not gonna work. Not gonna work in the slightest. I don't even know why you thought this up. If I withhold from you until you give me a position of power, then we're getting somewhere. If you're thinking like this, you've already lost. You've already lost. No strategy. This is probably why you don't have any power in the first place. Bribery is how you get to the top. I'm going to bribe you. I'm going to withhold this from you until you give me a position of power. You're so short-sighted in your thinking. You have no strategy, which is why you don't have any positions of power. That's why. You can't figure out, hey man, we want to get here. How do we do that? And then take a long time thinking about how you do it. Instead of saying, hey, I have this idea, let's start doing that. And then pass it off to your friends, which I'm sure there will be some men in there that would help you out if it actually makes sense. Hey, why don't we do this? Yeah, man, sure. Yeah, I'm for that all the time, man. Let's do it. Hey, I got a buddy in my mind. He's a guy. He has some of his guy friends. I talked to him. They're on board with it. Yeah, man, I'm on board with that, man. Everybody should have this right. Strategy. And a guy, you actually allow him to speak into your life. And he says, man, I think I like this idea, but I think maybe we should go this way. From what I'm seeing, we're going to run into this. Okay. Yeah. Let me incorporate that into my plan. But you're not going to do that because you're on step 1 right now. You're actually on step negative infinity. If you're thinking as silly as this, delete this video and go back to the drawing board, please.
A man is 7 times more likely to leave his wife if she becomes seriously ill than the other way around. Turns out that whole in sickness and in health thing doesn't really mean much, at least not to the menfolk. A recent study tracked 25,000 straight couples over 18 years, and they found that most of the time when the husband got sick, the couple stayed together. But when it was the wife getting diagnosed, the marriage was far more likely to end. And this is in line with many other studies on the matter, like one from 2009, which found that when men were diagnosed with cancer or multiple sclerosis, the divorce rate basically didn't change. But when their wife was, they were 7 times more likely to leave her. And experts say this mostly comes down to gender roles. In a lot of households, women take on the invisible loan of cooking and cleaning and scheduling and logistics, all the things that keep a house and a family running, in addition to whatever paid work they're doing. When she suddenly can't do that anymore, a lot of the marriages fail because they were quietly built on all that unpaid labor. Nurses and doctors talk about this all the time, about how often they see their female patients be abandoned by their partners and have to face treatment treatment alone. Now, yes, most divorces are initiated by women overall. Lawyers and researchers say this is all because of the same root problem, years of unpaid labor and unmet requests for help. So if you're partnered, maybe have these uncomfortable conversations now, before a crisis. Because love and commitment are not about wedded bliss. It's about who's going to show up for each other when things get hard and dark. You want a durable marriage, don't just plan a wedding, plan the caregiving.
She'll say, I don't respect men, they have to earn it. Okay, honey, what if guys said that to you?
I don't think women are mean enough, and unfortunately for us, out of survival, I don't think that we can be meaner in real time. I am someone, if you know me and you followed me for a long time, or if you know me in real life, I do not respect men. They are not a species in which I give respect to just because, like, they have to earn it, and if that, I still don't want to be around most men. However, I know my place in the world as a woman who is 115 pounds, is not going to be able to physically fight off a man in the instance he wanted to overpower me.
What if guys said that to you? If guys said, I don't respect you, I don't respect women, what would you label them in that second? I don't respect women would get a label of misogynist, woman hater, all the verbiage would be thrown out at them, right? What if they said, I don't respect you, you have to earn it, right? How would you receive that, honey? Would you receive it well? I'm willing to bet no.
I'm fixing to rant hard, but chivalry is... Seriously, men absolutely suck these days. That's why, and they're only teaching their children to suck, their sons to suck. They're not teaching them manners, chivalry, or anything. It is ridiculous. The fact that I have more manners and more chivalry than a man. Sorry, I am losing my shit right now. Just left Walmart, and the men in there absolutely suck. Like, there was a guy, whatever, specimen, that walked in with his youngest son, and I slowed down because I didn't know who was going first, whatever, and he goes, just go, talking to his son. Just go. And then it's like, you walk in through the rest of the store, men just cut out in front of you. Nobody says excuse. And the fact that you're not teaching your sons, your children, period, manners, but your sons, chivalry and how to treat a lady is beyond me. It's laziness. It is laziness. Come at me, and I will let you have it right now because I am hot. Now, am I tired today? Do I have the best attitude? No, but I'm pretty sure I have been making myself aware of what is going on around me. Like, I am not the only one shopping in Walmart, and I have manners. I still have manners. But seriously, men suck. Men in general suck. That's all.
Girls want to date an entrepreneur until they see what comes with being with an entrepreneur. You think for 1 second that dating an entrepreneur, especially one that is successful, means you get freedom. Take it from me. I'm sitting at the office of the entrepreneur right now, where he's getting 2 jobs for the price of 1. He's 24/7, and I'm out here being 24/7 with him. When I started dating my fiance, he basically told me from the get-go, I want to end up with someone that supports me and my goals and my dreams. That's the one thing I'll never give up. I was like, oh, that sounds easy enough. No, I'm out here in the trenches. If you want to be with someone that's uber successful, you need to know that you will most likely come in a lot of seasons second to the business. And you need to be so okay with that. Like, so for real okay with that. You might even lose some friends over this because some of your friends will not be able to relate. If they're with someone that's in a 9-to-5 and you're with someone that's actively building a business, they will not understand your suffering. And let me tell you another thing. These guys have such high expectations of you. More than you have for yourself. As their partner, you need to level up. And the reason why is because there's going to be a lot of hard days. And you're going to be out there in the trenches with them as literally God's strongest soldier. Top of all of this, let's just add the fact that they love delayed gratification. So the moment they achieve their goal, they're going to kick the ball down the road and they're going to have another goal to achieve. It's never ending. So you just better get used to the cycle. I feel so blessed to be with someone that has goals and dreams and is so ambitious. I want him to achieve all those things and I want to be right there to support him. All I'm saying is, if you want a life of leisure, go find a man in finance, because I'm telling you right now, these guys, no, they're hardwired differently. The hunt is better than the kill. They're always on the chase. So best of luck to you out here, because it's hard. It's hard out here.
Now we've gone from guys should be gentlemen and pay for dinner, right? We've gone from that, which by the way, I always tell you, do the coffee, do minimal expenses on date one so you can vet who's there for you and who's not. But it's gone from, open my door for me and come pick me up and pay for the meal to now they want you to pay for her hairstylist, her nails, and all of her date prep that involves her having to get ready to go on that date. And then, so what's going to happen? She's going to look at you and say, well, I don't really like him, but he gave me the money for the date prep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'll go on the date. And then afterward, I'll just go out with my friends and I'll be all decked out. Right. And then she's on the prowl looking for her real date that night. They do it all the time.
Paid $10K to meet a woman he followed on OnlyFans and only got a hug.
See, the simp has been the most detrimental piece to today's date market and to the modern woman. Because, and they do it for real. These guys are financing these girls just to hang out. Not do nothing for them, just to hang out, just for existence. So he's right. If you watch the guy Stitch videos, he said they're purposeless. They are. A lot of these guys have no purpose and they blowing money and not getting anything in return for it. So the simp is pretty much the fuel to the fire. He's the one that pretty much gasses the car up. It's almost like a guy at an auction that keeps just throwing a sign up every time the price is mentioned and just jacking the prices up. So as long as your culture has a high amount of simps, you're not going to fix your dating culture because the simp destroys an actual dating standard. Any standard you're trying to set, he's going to destroy it because he works out of desperation.
So let's nip this man versus bear conversation in the bud right the now. The question is, would you rather be in the forest alone with a man or a bear? Not a rapist or a bear. What percentage of men do y'all think are rapists? That's what's really getting to me because y'all make it seem like it's a 50-50% chance. Like, oh, he might me, he might not. Have you lost your mind? And before y'all answer that in the comments, because it is a question and I do want an answer, what percentage of men do y'all think are rapists? And when you answer, I want you to put it in the form of a sentence of the men that are in your life. So that way we can bring this back to reality. So I want you to say, of my 3 brothers, 2 of them are. Of my 6 male cousins, 3 of them are. Of my 5 male friends, 2 of them are. I want you to give me those numbers.
It's ridiculous. I can proudly say out of all my 5 brothers, none of them are rapists. That's why I would never choose the bear. I'm not stupid. The bear will not ever protect me in any form of way. All I am to the bear is food. So why would I choose to be in a forest or be alone with a bear? I'm not stupid.
Relationship, it was not for me. I fell out of love. I fell in love with someone else.
And you have people in the comments saying that this is inspiring. Why? She went out there rather irresponsibly, went through the whole wedding, then got divorced because she was in love with somebody else and wanted to sign on to a show that, guess what, got shut down very soon after that. Hurt her family, him, and his family as well. That's not inspirational. That's irresponsible. Yeah, women out here doing this type of stuff, and men keep on saying, I don't want to be a part of that. These women are wasting time. No issue that's doing it. No, you just heard what she said. And then women in the comments overlooking it. She almost made it out to seem like she was a victim and she had to overcome a lot of trials. The trials that you put yourself through.
I keep seeing these videos about people saying, when you're dating a high value man, be prepared. You're not going to be able to spend that much time with him. They're always working. They're always busy. Let me tell you what kind of wife I am. Habibi, you have my full support. While my husband is out there working, I don't even text him. I don't bother him at all. You know why? Because I want to see us win, Habibi. While he's out there breaking his back, I just got an iced coffee and a chocolate chip cookie for $9. I'm trying to live the life. So you're telling me we're not going to be able to spend so much time? That's okay. I supporting you, Habibi. Keep it up.
This is your reminder to stop taking relationship advice from emotionally immature people.
You should absolutely be punishing men when they hurt your feelings. When they do anything you don't like, anything, you should be punishing them. Whether that's a big punishment or a small punishment. The largest punishment, depending on the offense, should be them losing complete access to you. But if you must keep them around, you need to be charging them some fucking money.
Punishment is how you train a dog. Men are not dogs, they're people. And with people, grown adults, we're supposed to communicate effectively. If you cannot communicate when your feelings are hurt or when someone does something that you don't like, then you probably shouldn't even be in a relationship, if we're being honest. All this petty back and forth, oh, well, they did this to me, so I'm gonna do this to them. That's ridiculous. That's what children do. That's emotionally immature. And I know that ladies love to throw around the fact that we want men to be emotionally mature. However, from all the likes and comments and reposts even that I saw from this video, which side is really lacking the emotional intelligence here?
You should now have found a black cable. Please do not pull it out. If you have already done so, please do not plug it back in.
And what can we say? She's strong and independent and don't need no man. The man gave you clear directions. Don't touch it till I get home. But here you are, messing things up, making his life exponentially harder. And how dare he get mad because you did that? Talk to me nicely. Treat me sweetly. I'm a princess. Modern women logic.
And you know, what's happening, because modern women keep on saying what's going on with chivalry. Teach your sons to do X, Y, and Z. Bars. Teach your sons to do this. Teach your sons to do that. And they're very good at telling men what they need to be doing and how they need to be teaching their kids and how they need to behave. But they'll never talk about themselves. You'll notice that lady was saying, did I have the best attitude today? No, but I would still have some manners. You didn't have any manners. You wanted them to have manners. What most modern women in your position, what they do is they'll hopefully have a man open the door for him and just be nice because I'm having a hard day. And, you know, I went to Chick-fil-A and the guy behind me, he saw that I was struggling and I was upset and he paid for my meal. And a little bit later on, I was tired. I was feeling like I wanted some Starbucks. So I went down there and I needed a little pick me up. And the barista said, hey, you look like you need a pick me up. Here's something on the house. Don't worry about it. And here's a free treat. Don't worry about it. It's on me. And that, I just love men. But none of those men are going to receive anything from her. And you might say, well, I mean, she don't know the man, so she probably never see him again. Okay, fair point. The men in her life or the men in her vicinity, they're not going to receive anything like that either. She's not going to pass it forward and say, you know what, I wanted to bless somebody today. Whoever's behind me, let's go ahead and put that on my tab. Let's go ahead and put the coffee on my tab. Right? She's not going to go out there, as most women don't, and specifically go out there and bless the man like the men are blessing her. See, modern women, they want doors open for them and they just want to exist in this world. And a man is supposed to provide a way of ease, a life of ease. Those days are over, man. That's what men keep on trying to tell you.